Hey everybody, it's Teepa, and I am in an airport in Frankfurt, Germany, on my way to Poland to do a program tomorrow at the International Conference on Dementia that will be held in Turin, Poland. Very exciting. It's my second time doing the program, and then I'll be doing a workshop the day after that. What I want to bring up today is an issue, and the issue is hospitals don't operate under the same guidelines or rules when it comes to a person living with dementia experiencing acute distress because they can't understand the why, where, who, what of what's going on around them. And the knee-jerk reaction that seems to be more and more present of simply restrain, 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 so that we can get done what needs to be done with the least amount of really trying to discern what it is that's causing the distress and appreciating that distress simply restrained doesn't help healing, doesn't help recovery, doesn't even help us understand what's going on, but instead creates additional distress, systems failures, and potential problems. Because even if I don't remember what exactly happened, I do know that this is not a safe place. And if I can, I want to get out of here before they catch me again. So we've just had a recent event with one of our team members' family, and it really brought it to light yet again. We had made so much progress on the idea of not restraining people, but instead appreciating what's going on and how what we could do might make a difference. And instead, we're back to an old habit. If somebody tries to do something we don't want, whether it's leave the area, pull out a tooth, our goal is to get them to not be able to do that. And the way to do that is restrict their bodily movements, restrict their movement, restrict their ability to participate in the world. In other words, use chemical or physical restraint. And unfortunately, we're hearing more and more situations where restraint is applied not just a little bit, but pretty heavy duty restraint. And once it gets on, it's harder to get off. Now, interestingly enough, one of our teammates is really skilled at what helps when someone is in distress. And she goes to her list of things that she knows helps and applies them. And as soon as she does that, the distress drops back down. And some of the application is simply being present with the person, but the other application is using music or animals or pictures or whatever that is that that person finds helps them come back into regulation, de-escalate. And sure enough, it works. As a matter of fact, they look pretty satisfied, pretty comfortable, not trying to do anything that they aren't supposed to be doing, and more can be done. Very frustrating to watch this time and time again, and for people to say, well, that's just what you have to do in order to do your job. We know that's not true. We know that it's a choice that people make. And it feels a lot like it's getting easier to make those choices rather than harder again. So, for all of you out there, if someone says to you, well, we're just going to have to restrain them so we can get this over with, I want you to pause and say, whoa, hang on, because there are implications for this that go well beyond this one event. We could indeed be causing something that might make it more likely that the next time they feel this kind of feeling of distrust for us, they might go longer and harder at trying to resist or avoid or evade and put themselves at greater harm or risk for harm or actual endangerment in order to avoid the very thing that we're trying to do. So, our recommendation, pause, consider, and come up with a game plan that includes the person, that includes what we know about the person. And if we don't know, Raise your hand and say, I could use your help. Want to learn more about what actually we can use to help the person reduce their distress so we can get done that which needs to be done. It doesn't always work, but boy, it works a whole lot more than people think it does. All right, folks, till next time, take care with your care, take care of yourselves. And I'll talk to you again while I'm in Poland, probably, or on my way out over to England. That comes up next later this week. Bye.